No, it's. I don't think it is.
Or the SDK is free. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a pot. There's 2 helicopters here.
No way.
There's 2 helicopters here. I
No.
just almost
Epic.
ran. I just almost
Epic.
ran head straight into this thing. Oh my god.
That's epic.
Dun, 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 dun. 2 helicopters, 1
Like, I've
kill.
seen 2 on the same server, but not right within eye distance like that. No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run past these zombies into the barn.
Good job, Freeman.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get you a cookie.
What's going on, guys? Oh man, this was awesome. With my luck, I've only found 1 crashed heli, where a lot of people have, they found upwards of like 20 plus. And I was just up there looking around, the fields near Starry Sober. And man, I must have squealed like a little piggy when I found what I thought was just 1 chopper. So when I saw 2, man, I was borderline speechless. For like the next 2 minutes, I kept repeating, yeah, man, there's 2 helis. Oh, there's definitely 2 down choppers over here. Dude, 2 crash sites, man. I can see both of them. Man, it was fun, even though there was nothing really that great that spawned in. Just the fact that they were both there, trying to loot both helis. It was a good time. All right, so let's talk about something we all got on our minds. Late this fall, we're going to get 2 new games to try out. There's the Standalone DayZ game, as well as the WarZ. Now, before I get into what I feel are the pros and cons, of each game, I want to get something off my chest. There's been a lot of hate between the 2 games. And I don't mean like the production teams, well, not that I know that, but I'm talking about like inside the community. If somebody talks about, say, looking into the WarZ, they get shit on being told it's just going to be a bad copy of DayZ, it's a waste of money. If somebody says they're looking forward to the DayZ Standalone, they get shit on saying the game's already ruined because the engine sucks. They won't be able to stop the hacking and it's already ruined the mod. Look, if you're going to be closed-minded, that's fine. Only play one and be happy with it. But you should root for the other game to succeed. It's only going to make both better. They're going to have to step up their game, just to keep up with the competition. Competition is good. And for that matter, as a gamer, wouldn't you want the best game possible? If the DayZ Standalone sucks, but the WarZ is perfect, or vice versa, wouldn't you want the best to play? I mean, regardless of the title and regardless of who makes it? Alright, now that I've got that behind us, let's start talking about the DayZ Standalone first. In many ways, it's going to be what we know DayZ as already. There's just going to be more polish to it, but it's still the same base game. The graphics, it'll be a minor improvement because they're kind of working with the Arma 3 engine. They're calling it Arma 2.5, I guess. But they said they're going to work hard to lock the coding to prevent hacking in-game. Later on down the road, they're going to release it so people can actually make their own mods. Rocket is really concerned about that side of it because it started as a mod. So he wants to give that to other people. But they're also looking to punish people who abuse this log out and log in mechanic of the game to either avoid death or kill other players. We all know it, Alt F4ing, things like that. So they're looking for a way to punish people for that. What's really going to be interesting is some of the stuff that they're adding, some of these new things. And like the map itself, they're defining it as Chernarus Plus. So it's what we already know, but there's going to be more enterable buildings. There's going to be more and new areas, areas that we don't even know about yet. There's going to be, they're working to better the landscape, improve the look of the landscape, the feel of it. I'm guessing this has to do with like maybe climbing some of the hills and things like that. They're also looking to create underground buildings that you can actually customize to your liking, kind of like a home base, I guess you will. So whether you find like a grate in the ground, it's like an underground shelter almost. They haven't really gone into too much detail about what is actually confirmed and how you can customize it. If it's going to go from server to server, if it's like attached to your character, or if it's server specific. It might just be like tents, but they are trying to add this to the game, as well as they're going to introduce dogs, not only to the standalone game, but they're going to show us in the mod as well to kind of prepare for the standalone. And you'll be able to use them, to track both animals and people. They'll warn you of danger, whether it's zombies or other people nearby. And the longer you have the dog as a pet, the better he gets. The way you get the dog, you give him meat. They didn't say if it has to be cooked, raw, whatever, but that's how you acquire your animal. Now the WarZ is going to be a little bit harder to judge at the moment because we don't know anywhere near as much as we do about DayZ. But what we do know, it looks really promising, and they've had a bunch of different screenshots and they all look really good. But it looks somewhere in between like the cartoony nature of Left 4 Dead and what we know is DayZ today, which is not a bad thing. They're going to be running all their own servers, which is to help keep down on the hacking. And you will be given the opportunity to quote-unquote rent a server for you and your friends. You can rent out slots of a server, and that can be done all in-game. Like as you're loading up the game, you can do it there, exchange the money that way, which is awesome. So it's quick, it's easy. Also, the servers will, when you're joining a server, there's usually, they're talking about a minimum of 70 people to a maximum of 250 people, which is way more than we're used to right now. Right now, we're playing between like 20 and 50 people, 50 being a ton, so 250 is just going to be insane. Also, as they talk about in their FAQ, it's not going to be as system requirement heavy as a game like DayZ. They're stating that it's going to have AAA graphics able to run on an integrated graphics card or low-end laptops. Now that is big. That is really big because there's a lot of people that really are interested in DayZ, but they just can't play it. This game is so poorly optimized and it's such a PC hog. Maybe the standalone will fix a lot of that. I don't know. But if it doesn't, at least they'll have the option to play the WarZ due to whether it's better optimization, better engine, whatever it may be. They're also talking about introducing a skills system, which I'm a little bit weary about. They haven't gone into detail at all. But does that mean once you pick a road for your character, that's it? That's all you get? Or is it just simple basic things like learning how to, you know, hunt or something like that? So I'm a little weary, but we'll see as they introduce more. They're also going to have what's called a quote-unquote safe area. I don't know how I feel about that as well, but it's a place where you can trade, barter, purchase items, both with in-game money and real money. But they're saying it's not a pay-to-win atmosphere, that everything that's available to purchase is also available in-game, so that's good. The pay-to-win model is bullshit, and a lot of people... It turns a lot of people off, and not a lot of people want to play that type of game. But like I said, everything will be available in the game world, so you don't even have to go to the safe area if you don't want to. But it's also a good spot where maybe you want to meet up with buddies before you go out there. Now, games can live and die off the maps themselves. Well, DayZ, how we talked about, it's introducing a improved Chernarus, which I'm honestly really excited for. The WarZ's map will be called Colorado, and it seems to be much larger than the map we have now, which is Chernarus. Chernarus is 250 kilometers, while Colorado is set up to be 400 plus, which is, I mean, amazing. So granted, if they're putting 250 people in a game, you know, they need a bigger map, but still 400, you know, square kilometers is going to be huge. And both companies have stated that new maps will become available as the game progresses. Well, DayZ, in a recent interview with Rocket, they've said that you will need to purchase the additional maps at a low cost. The WarZ has been very vague about it, saying that you know, that you won't have to buy DLC and things like that. But like I said, it was pretty vague, so it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to charge for extra maps, but they haven't actually come out and said that. And all right, to be honest, to kind of wrap this all up, I'm really excited for both. I really am. I plan on playing both. I hope each one is a unique experience. I really don't think it's going to be... I don't think the WarZ is going to be such the copy that everybody thinks it is of DayZ. I think it's going to be a unique experience in its own. I plan on playing both. I hope both are excellent because, like I said in the beginning, that's just going to push each further update to be that much better. It's going to make each map that they release that much better if they're both good, because they're going to be in that competition. So hopefully it just gives us the, you know, freedom to survive in whichever world we want to fight the horde in. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed. If you could, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the two games, if you're excited for both, what you want to see in both, things like that. Remember, if you could, definitely hit that like button or rate it as you see fit. Let me know below, you know, how I can improve. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day. Peace.